we are ready to put the other frame on. And it's a little tricky. I read in the instructions that, at least from what I was able to interpret, in theory, this top window, since it's usually on double hung windows, the top window is first, and then the one that the bottom half is behind it. So I think the instructions were trying to say to try to push this top window out so it sticks out a little bit, so you can kind of get a little bit of a get a better edge for the bottom window to glue onto here. But it's kind of a pain, so I mean, what I do is glue the other window on, but just kind of angle it down so the bottom edge touches against the frame here. So in this case, I'm going to use a combination of, actually I think what did I do last time? Yeah, I used CA adhesive. That's the crazy glue to glue this in place, because it dries pretty quick, and that's why I chose that. But I'm just going to rest it on top like that. Oops. Little sticky fingers here. Just like that. Get a ballpark idea of where I want it. Alright. I'm going to have to hold it in place with a pair. Keep in mind, this stuff's nasty if you get it on your fingers. Really glue your fingers together real quick. Alright. Alright, well, I've got my knife there. Let me get my CA adhesive on the end of this. Just apply it right there. Oh yeah, that'll work. Just a little bit along the side. That should be enough. Hold this in. It dries fairly quick too, as you probably know. We want to try to keep from getting it on the plastic here. That'll mess things up. Alright, let this dry. Partially open window. Now all I gotta do is take the back off, the adhesive, and stick a pane on there. And then we'll be set. There. Like that. Yeah, there it is. There's the window partially open. So, well, I'll go and work on the rest of these windows, and the rest of this will be in time lapse. So, I'm gonna set it up so I have one door kind of propped open. I think I'm going to have to do that when I actually start putting this whole thing together. Kind of glue it in place, partially open, so at least that is the theory. Also need to keep track of how these doors are oriented too. Just because you can see the panes here, top is a little bit longer than the bottom. That's something else I need to keep in mind. Putting something together like this, keep it consistent. I don't know if this is going to work. See, these also come with window frames, and just want to get the windows in. Put this on the outside like that. You just use the sticky back adhesive on here and take it off. But I'm going to try something, and it's not in the instructions. At least I don't see it in the picture. But it might make putting these sash windows together, double hung windows together, a little bit easier, having them partially open. Basically take one half of the window and glue it into this frame here, the top window, since this is going to be on the outside. Glue it into this frame here, and the bottom window down here, and just attach the two together like that. Might make it a little bit less tricky. So, doesn't say in the instructions to do that. At least I don't think. Well, does it? Let me refer to them. Yeah, it says, okay, carefully install the upper frames in position with half the thickness of the window raised above the face of the structured piece that the windows are being installed in. This is important to get the double hung look of the windows.